But one thing I notice is sometimes when I'm at the gym and somebody is squatting and they have improper technique, and I see them like bending forward, and then when they come back up, it's like legs first and then their back. I mean, I go tell them, I'm like, hey man, I see you're trying to lift heavy, and I kid you not, maybe 90% of the time I've done that, they give me a look like go away. I know what I'm doing. And I'm like, all right, then we'll hurt your back event, go ahead and hurt your back. And I'm just trying to be cool here, letting you know that your technique is crap. And so sorry for being a nice guy. And I get that a lot.
I give you some real talk advice, man.
What's up?
This is not meant to be harsh.
Yeah.
The biggest thing you need if you want to be able to give people advice is they've got to look at you and not be able to argue with it. So if I go into the gym, I'm going to give you I'm going to give you 3 examples. 1 jiu-jitsu, 1 gym, 1 money. To kind of drive this home. If I go into the jiu-jitsu gym, I see some white belt on the mat get choked out every 10 seconds for a whole 5-minute round. Then I get caught in an arm bar. He's like, hey man, do you want some advice on that arm bar? Like,
sure.
I guess, like, I'm going to sit here and look at you while you speak, if that's what you mean. The gym, if I get some guy with a big pot belly who walks up to me and is like, hey man, listen, you're looking pretty lean. You want some advice on how to get like real shredded? I'm going to look him up and down. I'd be like, who? The last one, the money example. If I roll up to your house, I'm like, hey man, listen, I got the greatest idea for you to make some more money. If I roll up in a 1993 Camry, or if I roll up in a 2022 Ferrari, if I give you the same advice, which advice do you take?
Ferrari, of course.
Ferrari.
Right.
So the biggest thing you got to have if you're going to go give people advice, I would take that and go, God damn it, I'm going to get so jacked and so strong. When I walk up and I'm like, hey man, do you want a tip? They are just like, yes.
Like, I've been waiting for that, right?
Absolutely. And just for me, if I'm doing a regular squat workout, I'm probably doing 5 to 6 plates for reps on a typical day.
Right.
Anytime I'm at the gym and there's some kid squatting beside me and I finish a set and I see him do something dumb, I'm like, hey man, do you want a couple tips on that? Their eyes bug. It's like Christmas. They're like, anything. Same way, if I went to Westside, the guy who's doing rolling dumbbell extension next to me, if he's using 20s, he's like, you want some advice on your triceps? Not really. Not really, man. But he was doing 140s. I'm like, hit me. What do you got? What do you got? That's my advice. You get legit jacked, legit strong. You go to the gym and squat 600 pounds, you're never going to get that reaction again.
Gotcha.
Craig is saying just blast squats in front of the guy next time and be like,
well,
hey, how's that back
doing? And again, I may not look like it. But on my normal day, I would be repping 3 plates, 335, 345 pounds, 345 pounds. And so, then there would be the kid next to me trying to go for 275, but I see the total, he's just doing 1 rep in the total bad technique. Of course, I approach them, but sometimes they do give me that. Well, I wouldn't say sometimes. Most of the time, they still give me that bad look. Other times, it's like, even if it's not bad technique, people will still come and approach me like, hey, I saw you go down. Hey, I saw that front squat. Great technique. What do you have in mind to, what can you give me? Some
that makes sense.
Advice.
But a beginner, a kid who's struggling to squat 275, he doesn't understand the difference between a rough 275 and a really clean 335. He's like, yo, we're close.
Yeah, exactly.
That next, and he's wrong. It's not a big enough gap.
Gotcha.
Doesn't understand the difference.
Gotcha.